Good morning, everyone. Rocket here, and I figured out via Access Entertainment that the man behind the Cash App invention has been murdered, or was shot down. Now, I would say that I would be surprised, but I'd be lying to you horrifically. Because when, of course, the politics create such a epic gap between rich and poor, there are three things, actually four, that could occur. Either tax the rich, instead you choose to tax the poor, and the result is B, you get such a gap and injustice that these things will tend to happen more frequently. You know, this is the cards you played, now you gotta deal with them, you know? I've been at a gross mishap about a lot of things that happened during the day and during my lifetime, but one thing is for certain. The truth of the matter is, if you think money is going to protect you, if you think lobbying and buying off these politicians is going to protect the rich from a bullet, it's very wrong, because people are tired, people are desperate. This is not me wanting them dead. This is not me advocating for, as much as I would love, after everything I've been through and the scrutiny I have personally underwent throughout my life, I do not wish death upon anyone. But you reap what you sow. That's all I'm saying. Just as though you have individuals like Charleston White, which is getting mass support from a group of people, but is also a known rapist, and is glorifying and is prideful of being a rapist. If you glorify yourself of being an indecent human and accumulating wealth in a matter that is dishonorable, disassociate to not just your own law, human law, universal law. There's a reason, ladies and gentlemen, why a piggy bank exists. Because it always wants a little more, it never has enough. And George Orwell specifically used pigs in his book called Animal Farm to justify that pigs are about as greedy as we can get. And we associate pigs with, again, greedy white men. I've never met a piggy bank that was brown or black. It's always pink. And you know white people are more pink than white. So, this is not me advocating racism, because I'm a mixed man. Alright? I have a white father, a black mother. And they were both racist as fuck. And even though I don't have a racist bone in my body, I know how to play the game to such an extent whereby I can play either side, good or bad, and it wouldn't make a difference. That's because I know the game and how it's played. I know this game and how it's going to end. And for the tax-free rich, y'all lost your best man, Donald Trump. Even now, I'm hearing he's getting arrested on 34 accounts. But to be fair, if Donald Trump was such grossly conducting a lot of illegal activity, you would have to arrest every politician. And by the end of the trial, there would not be a decent politician left to continue the entire House. The White House would be empty. If we gave every politician the same treatment as Donald Trump for their crimes, but hey, we've seen the last 3.5 years what kind of cards you wanted to be dealt, pre-pandemic and before the pandemic. Y'all were in the illusion that you could hide the truth for long, bury it, kill it. That's what you've always done. Everyone who's ever exposed the truth, whether it's a Princess Diane or a Martin Luther King or a Bob Marley, it doesn't matter. Any other person who's exposed the game for what it is, you've all, collectively, the people, supported to kill. Kill it, bury it, make sure it's never seen or heard of again. And sociologically, they try to do me the same. I've been here suffering for no reason. Why? Because other people don't want to face the truth, as I've had to. Even the cops, alright, had the nerve to tell me that my sexual assault should remain silent. Cops. In the Netherlands. And you want to know why? When I was 16, I came on vacation here once. And of course, I like to stay informative, so I read about the newspaper. You know what the head article said in Breda? Which is something that the Netherlands will never tell you. It's pedophilia and incest capital number 3 in the entire world. So it has to do with a cop raping a 6-year-old girl. He was her neighbor. There's been a huge attempt to sweep all of these things under the rug, under the protection of ego. Killing our children so we cannot advance. Kill the future. Bury it. Which is what they try to do to me. They try to kill the future. They try to kill unity. You've all collectively chosen for this years ago. And now all of a sudden, you want one person to care about the whole world. But the whole world will not care about one person. How fucked up is that? You selectively cultivate unnecessary issues to care about. And you expect other people to fall suit either by sheer whim of will, of illusion, of not knowing the truth, or by sheer force, as you have always done, historically. At this point, I cannot even contemplate the word arcism, because I have been through enough to know that I don't operate from that perspective unless I'm given the ammunition, and I refuse to operate in that perspective because that will keep me inside a twirling circle of bullshit that I am no longer willing to participate in. So help me. Because I am God. Now, does that mean God of everyone? Yes. In the sense that I am God to everyone who sees God within themselves. We are the ones to advocate change. There's no one coming. There is no significant force that's going to help you or guide you. Because ultimately, I've had to make the very hard decisions on my own. And these hard decisions had to be cultivated by looking inside yourself, reflecting hard, and understanding where everything good and bad inside of you and around you comes from. And it's all an illusion. It's all been lies. We've been told as children, as from the beginning, as from a book that everyone still holds dear, which is full of lies. Do not expect to find the truth in the Bible, nor the Constitution, because it's all built on a basis lie that everyone that wasn't a white, civilized, Christian, white person was only able to be cared about for humanity. And we have seen that time and time again. We've seen that patriarchy, not even hierarchy, because only an absolute lowlife would need to climb on someone else's back in order to reach the top. That is what has been done for so long, and it's worked out pretty well so far. And people that have blatantly refused to accept responsibility and the reality of their own hubris and misconduct, like Chardonnay for Days Donk, for example, my sister from my previous life, And I say that because I've killed that bond a long time ago. I have killed said idiocracy between us a long time ago. I'm not here to advocate good union, because I recognize the only union there is the one you must form between yourself alone. First, cultivate it. You've been trained that everything inside yourself is separate from you. That is not the case. You want to seek union in the rest of the world? Seek union within your own self. And hopefully not be corrupted as my deadbeat rapist father, Rudolf Verdesdank, was. Who still lives in Curacao, by the way, making a hell of a lot of money off of child suffering. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, do beware. Evil is closer than you think. It might be your next door neighbor, as I've stated earlier. It might be your own father. It might be your own flesh and blood. And even the cops will support this behavior because they're the ones conducting it under secret. It's often the ones who dress in white who have the blackest of souls. And it's often the ones with black around their skin that have the lightest heart. Never forget that as you look at Africa, the land of light. Golden opportunities taken for granted by, as George Orwell said, filthy, white, degrading, and disgusting pigs. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your introduction to a whole new me. Enjoy it fully, wholeheartedly. And know that no matter where lies may run, there's not a single trace of truth that I will not be able to uncover. I gather the pieces, and here I am complete, and in fully capable in awareness of all that is going on. The Archangel Metatron has blessed me with many thousands of eyes. Not the ones that are on my face currently, and not the ones that reside in the third eye currently. Eyes and ears are everywhere. The streets talk, and even the rats have rumor to hide in fear as soon as the truth of light shines in their faces. You know what it is, man. Let's go for it. Bye.